A.O. Smith achieved record-setting performance again in 2014. What makes last year's performance even more satisfying is that it took place despite a challenging global economy that saw China's growth rate slowing and Europe falling into a recession. Sales set a record for the 5th consecutive year. Our sales of $2.36 billion increased approximately 9% over the prior year. All of our business units contributed to our record-setting results. China volumes grew 18% to nearly $700 million. Lochinvar branded sales increased more than 10%, and North America residential and commercial water heaters grew as well. The outlook for 2015 is hard to predict, as we expect to contend with the new NECA regulations in the U.S., along with a fragile global economy. On the positive side, we have a strong portfolio of new products that will be reaching the North American and Chinese markets throughout the year. We also will launch the water treatment product line in India and the new air purification products in China, although we expect they will have a modest impact on overall sales. Adjusted earnings also set a record, increasing nearly 16% to $221 million. That translates to per-share earnings of $2.43, a sizable increase over 2013 EPS of $2.06 per share. The higher volumes in China and our North American wholesale segment were the primary contributors to our improved profit performance. Those improvements were partially offset by incremental costs associated with the Symphony initiative. Keep in mind 2013 and 2014 adjusted earnings do not include non-operating pension costs, as well as some one-time items in 2013. 3 weeks ago, we outlined the 2015 earnings forecast with our shareholders and the investment community. We anticipate earnings this year will be between $2.65 and $2.80 per share. The midpoint of the range represents a 12% increase over 2014 earnings per share. Our balance sheet remains in very good shape as we enter the new year. Cash flow from operations of $265 million was slightly lower than the prior year due to working capital changes. Nonetheless, it was an impressive performance. Capital expenditures of $86 million in 2014 were slightly lower than the prior year. 2014 expenditures included investments of $32 million associated with the Symphony initiative. Capital expenditures this year include investments in plant expansions at Lochinvar in China. Our debt to total capital ratio was about 14% at year end. As has been the case the last several years, we used cash throughout 2014 to continue our stock repurchase program. Last year, we repurchased approximately 2.2 million shares at a cost of about $104 million and expect to continue the program in 2015. 3 weeks ago, the board increased the quarterly dividend 27% to 19 cents per share. We have announced dividend increases for 10 consecutive years as we continue to reward our shareholders. At the end of 2014, our company had a balance of over $500 million in cash and investments held outside the U.S. This, in conjunction with our borrowing capacity, represents significant dry powder, resources we can use to make acquisitions or further grow our business. As we continue to invest in our global business, it's important to make certain these strategic actions add value. The principal method we use to measure this is return on invested capital. Return on invested capital is a good yardstick because it takes into account not just our earnings, but also the investments needed to achieve those earnings, whether it's equity or borrowing. I'm pleased to report for the 9th consecutive year, A.O. Smith returns exceeded its cost of capital. Our stock price continues to reflect the company's outstanding performance since becoming a focused water technology company. Last year, our stock price increased approximately 5% to $56.41 per share at the end of the year. Over the 5-year period, our stock delivered total annual returns of 33.1%, providing an outstanding return to our shareholders. As we look to 2015 and future years, we see a strong foundation for profitable growth. This growth potential is unique for an industrial company such as us. We believe A.O. Smith is capable of achieving year-over-year growth of 8% per year for the next several years. The growth pieces of the business are expectations for 15% growth from China, which represents 30% of our business. A 10% growth expectation from Lochinvar, which makes up 12% of our business. And 4% from North America water heaters, which is 58% of our business. And this year, with expected price increases associated with NECA, we believe total company growth could reach 10%. This 10% growth compares with sales growth of less than 4% for the S&P 500 companies. Each of you contributed to A.O. Smith's excellent financial performance last year. There is no question this year will be a challenge with NECA 3, the Symphony Initiative, and a difficult economy. I am confident the A.O. Smith team will rise to the occasion and keep our streak of record years going in 2015. At this point, I'm pleased to introduce Mark Petrarca, who will announce our Values Recognition recipients.